Hello everybody. Microphone's back out. Hope you've had a great new year. This is the second video, I do believe, of the new year. Hope you enjoyed yesterday's video, the first look at the new tailor-made sim drivers coming in 2020. Coming this week, I do believe. Could be as soon as that. If you haven't watched that video already, please make sure you go over and do so. Today we're getting, not serious, I never really get serious on this channel, but we are assessing my 2019 goals that I set for myself and looking forward to my goals coming in 2020. So without further ado, let's get into it. You know what to do by now. Right then, first things first, let's have a look at this image that I'm going to put up on the screen right now. These are my 2019 goals, if you can believe it or not, quite a lot there. First things first, I'm not sure if I definitely know that I've not set as many goals as this because, as you can see, not achieved all of them. So, some I'm very happy with, some I'm not happy with at all, and I'll explain that in further detail as we're going through this video. First things first, probably my biggest goal that I set for 2019 was to play more golf, and as you can see it's got a big fat X mark against it. One thing that I will talk about later on is that it didn't necessarily have effect on my overall tournament play, because I played one tournament and in it I played quite well, so I think it was more down to luck than skill really. Second one, fix my knee. So in July, oh my god, it'll have been, when will it been now? Last summer, July 2019, I sustained a knee injury from a lads holiday in Cavos. We were on like a total wipeout course, and for those of you who don't know, I nearly snapped my leg in half. It really did damage my medial ligament in my knee, and it weren't great. One of my big concerns was, is it ever going to be as good as it was before? Thankfully, I had some really good physio sessions with a guy called Michael Kitchen. Did some road running, funnily enough, which weren't recommended to me, but it did strengthen it a lot, and I was able to fix my knee. So big tick against that one. That was brilliant. Following on from that, another goal of mine was to subsequently play football again, because I think I did miss about 6 months. We do play every Tuesday night, just like a little kickabout friendly type thing, but it's a big fitness thing that I do. It definitely keeps me going through the winter months, and I do really enjoy it. It's like my favourite hobby, joint favourite hobby. So it were a big thing for me to make sure that I did get to play football again, and thankfully, because of that physiotherapy work and the rehab that I did, I was able to play, and it's probably as good as it's ever been, my left knee now. So two big positives coming out of 2019 there. Run a 90-mile February. Now this is something that I tend to do every year. Last year I think I only did 1 month, which were like I did just loads of running. The year before I think I did 2 months. I think I did like January, and it was quite late in the year. This year I'm planning to run, as you'll see my goals later on, 100 mile in January, so very achievable. Got to a standard of running now where I think if I can just manage my time quite well, this is something that I can do quite easily, so looking forward to that. Right, I set myself a monetary figure teaching. One thing that you'll notice with this year's goals as opposed to last year's goals when it comes to it is that I'm more about process goals now. So what I mean by that is that in these I set kind of end term goals without thinking how am I actually going to get to achieve those end term goals. In this instance it worked okay. I set myself a monetary figure of what I wanted to earn teaching wise, and I did hit it, so I was delighted with that. Mostly in part due to the move to Kingswood, I think. So that move and the facilities that we've got there at Kingswood just allow me to be able to teach when I wouldn't necessarily be able to at Ickleton. Start the JL Junior Academy, although I did put on a lot of the summer camps that we did in the middle of summer at Ickleton were absolutely brilliant, and the attendance for that was something that we're extremely thankful for, and hopefully everyone had a great time attending those, but just didn't really materialise to get starting an academy as such, probably due to the facilities that we had available at Ickleton, and also making the move to Kingswood, the location factor. A lot of the juniors that I did teach didn't, there's a couple that have come across, and we've kind of hit the ground running with those, but it's just been very hard to transition it, so I'm not really sure what direction we're going to take with the juniors in future. Something that I probably need to put a little bit more thought in, and it's something that I have definitely not prioritised when it comes to my 2020 goals. 1,000 subs, this is a massive one for me, so I think, I can't remember where I were at subs wise at the start of the year, but we're probably around 300 mark, and I've done I think 150, 200 videos. I got to that 1,000 subscriber mark quite early, which was probably more to my detriment than a help, because once I got to that point I've really slacked off, and that's one of the big regrets of 2019. So I have got a subscriber number goal in my 2020 goals, and you'll see that again a little bit later on. But yeah, absolutely delighted to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I can't thank each and every one of you guys for, you know, kind of commenting on my stuff, liking it. The more that you like videos, the more chance these videos get to be seen by more people. So if you keep liking them, if you keep commenting, it just builds the kind of profile of the channel, and it just basically puts my videos higher up certain rankings and stuff, and allows more people to watch it. So can't thank you guys enough for the support that you've given me over this last year. Read more. As some of you may know, but probably a lot of you don't know, I studied A-level at A-level English, and I've got a massive interest in kind of literature and language, that kind of stuff. Set a goal to read more this year, didn't do it. Big fat cross next to it. One of my reading goals in 2020 is to read at least one book a month. So again, getting out of that idea of just read more, because when you were thinking about setting smart goals, read more, what does that mean? It's so hard to quantify that kind of statement. So my thinking going into 2020 is I want to read at least one book a month, and if I can kind of incorporate that in the fitness challenges as I'm wanting to, I think it's going to be very doable, because I've got Audible, so I can listen to them as I go running and stuff like that. So that should be a doable one for this year. This next one, less games console, sell it. I had a PS4 and it was taking over my life. I was playing FIFA heavily, a lot, almost like an addiction really. It was very, very strange. So I have to give that a tick, because I did sell my PS4, but in like October time when the new FIFA were released, I bought an Xbox One. So that's like a tick and a cross. So we'll have to keep tabs on that. I don't feel as though I'm as heavily involved with this game console, which is great. The PS4 I was spending far too much time, and it will get in the way of my work, which was not good. So ticking across that one. Get up earlier. For a month I did try getting up at like, because I'm quite bad for laying in on my days off. I do like a lay-in. I'm more of someone that works at night time. So for example, this video, it's like 9:30, 10 o'clock, New Year's Eve. I'd much rather work later in the night than I would early in the morning. Set myself a goal to wake up early. Again, this is not specific, so what does get up early mean? If I were getting up at 11:30 and I started getting up at 11, that's a win, isn't it? That's a tick. But in this instance, no, didn't really do that. Make the best video I've ever made. I put a tick next to this one, although it's a funny one because it's so subjective. I don't really know, that's more up to you guys. So if you could do me a massive favour, out of all the videos that I did last year, if you could comment in the section below what you thought my best video was, that'd be absolutely mint. And did you think it was better than any videos that I've done from the year before? Really appreciate that. 5k Insta subs, didn't quite get to that. I don't think I'm at 1,000 yet. I think I'm like 900 and some. I didn't put enough time and effort into Instagram as what I would have wanted to this year. That's why that's not really reflected in that. More of my focus was on YouTube, and then as soon as I hit that 1,000 subscriber goal, kind of slacked off. The asterisk on this list, as you can see, is break palm in a pro event. I've never actually, until this year, broke palm in a pro event until we played the Dubai Pro-Am. So as you know from the Dubai vlog, if you've not watched it, make sure you go and watch it. Shot 3 under, second day at Dubai Hills, equaling my lowest ever score round any course. So crazy round of golf, and I would say my highlight of the year. So right, let's look at those 2020 goals. Right then, 2020 goals. I'll try and keep this as concise as possible, because I am very aware that I rambled for quite a lot of that first part of this video. So another monetary lesson goal. So I've got a certain amount that I want to do money-wise in lessons. There's a certain amount that I want to earn. It definitely helped setting the monetary goal last year. Very simple, that's it. I want to earn a certain amount of money. I've got to do a certain amount of lessons to achieve that. That's what I want to do. 5,000 subs, that's the big one for me. So like I did 150, I think I did 150 videos in 2019. I'm looking to do something similar, if not more, towards the 200 mark in 2020. So hopefully, if I keep improving my content and I keep, what I want to add to my channel this year is a bit more consistency as well. So more like a theme. The golf YouTube channels that I really like, such as Eric Anders Lang and Alex Evans Golf. Alex Evans Golf is just a continual thread. He does one video a week, but he's got like 3,500 subscribers. But there's a real nice thread to the things that he does, and it's just like a big story from start to finish. So hopefully, if I can do a little bit more of that, that'd be wicked. So 150 uploads, that equates to roughly 3 a week. If we can get that more towards a 200 mark, that'd be even better for me, even better for you. Like I said earlier, I want to read 1 book a month, so with Audible, I think that's going to make it very doable in the first few months. And the way that I'm going to kind of link it to these fitness challenges, as you can see just below that, I want to do 12 fitness challenges. So in January we've got the 100-mile month. In February I'm going to try and attend the gym 3 times a week, focusing on certain body parts. Then after that there's a couple of specific challenges, such as the sit-up challenge and the press-up challenge, that I'm going to want to do. And then moving on to the year, I'm going to try and do 1 of those every month. So bang a bit of Audible in while I'm doing those fitness challenges, and then read a book in my spare time. That should be very doable, the reading one. Fitness challenges, like I've just touched upon. My development as a coach is a big thing that I want to focus on this year, so I'm looking to attend at least 4 PGA training courses. Looking to potentially find a niche, so I think I might go down the short game route. I want to be a short game specialist long term, but still want to learn more about the swing, want to learn more about the mental side of the game, want to learn more about putting, want to learn more about everything really. So it's a big thing for me that I make sure that I attend some training courses this year and keep furthering my knowledge as a coach, because I always want to get better at what I do. Simple as that. Couple of playing ones here, so you know, obviously there needs to be an emphasis that I do play more. That were a very vague and poor goal that I set last year, but one thing that I think may get me to play more is develop a stock shot with the driver. So I found that my best round of the year, by holes 3 under, playing a really well controlled fade off the tee. Whenever it goes wrong for me when I play, I've got no control with the driver, so if I can develop something like that, that would make me want to play more basically. It's very similar to that idea. Another goal of mine is to have less rotation with the club face, so we can see kind of last parallel of my swing. The club face is kind of a little bit open to a path, I would say. I know it's very hard to tell, but this is what I feel as though it is. And then it has to rotate a lot in order to get square, and then post impact it rotates a lot closer. If I can keep that club face more stable during impact, the perfect example of this would be someone like a Victor Hovland. He's probably got one of the most stable club faces on tour. That's something that I aspire to have in my game by the end of this year, so that would be wicked if I could do that. 100 mile jam, as I spoke about earlier. The next one's quite interesting. I've set up a separate business venture outside of golf, and there's another monetary goal that I've set within that, so if I can reach that, that'll take a little bit pressure off my job really. So this separate business venture, it's hopefully going to allow me to earn enough so that I could maybe, you know, touch wood, even potentially go YouTube full time and just do a couple of days coaching. So we'll see how that one goes. Become flight scope certified, so this links in with the training course ideas that I spoke about earlier. To become flight scope certified, we have use of a flight scope at Kingswood Golf Centre. To really understand the full ins and outs of it, you do a flight scope certification. If I do that and I get recognised as one of the certified instructors within the UK, that will be a big bonus. And then the last one is more of an organisational goal. So I want to plan my week ahead every Sunday. I didn't set this as a goal last year, although I did start doing it, although I didn't do it every week, but I found that the weeks that I did it, I have a whiteboard that's set up into the coming week in my bedroom, and I find that when I plan my week out, it runs so much smoother compared to when I don't. So every Sunday night I'm going to sit down and be thinking what I'm going to do this week, you know, write out when my lessons are, what my teaching days are, what my shop days are, spare time to do YouTube videos, and plan it all out that way. Right, if you've made it this far and you've put up with all my squabbling up to now, thanks for watching. I want you to comment below, what are your goals for the 2020 season? These are mine. I've gone into as much depth as I possibly could. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope it helps you shape some of your goals coming into the next season. And also comment below, did you achieve or not achieve any of your 2019 goals? I want to hear it in the comments below, so make sure you get down there. Like this video if you have enjoyed it. Share this video to people that you think might find it useful coming into the 2020 season. And pretty much until next time, thanks for watching. Cheers.